Hello, fifth grade. Welcome to the first day of our actual drawing of the screen. So to start off, I'm going to show you the perspective. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a horizon line. You will use pencil. I am using Sharpie because I discovered that, lo and behold, pencil doesn't work. You won't see it. The next thing I'm going to do is show you a dot. The dot is the vanishing point. Vanishing point is super important. It's kind of like where you are standing to be able to see where everything goes back into space. It can be anywhere along this line. I'm putting it on this side simply because I want to create a diagonal for the rails of the boardwalk. So I'm going to just draw any line that I can actually see that dot on, right? So I'm going to draw a line like that. Then I'm going to draw another one like that. And one more. And maybe I'll make it even on more of an angle. Doesn't matter what the angle is. What does matter, however, is where you put the cross rails. Most people will have the tendency to put it like that, think that that would be the correct way. If you do that, it's going to make it look like the whole rail is tilted. So the way that you actually will be making the rail is you're going to actually need to hold it straight up and down. I know it might seem surprising. It might seem like, whoa, that doesn't look right. But when we're done, you will see it absolutely will look correct. So I'm going to hold it straight up and down. It doesn't matter which side you draw it on, and it doesn't even really matter where you put it. But I'm just going to connect the rails like that. I'm going to move it down a little bit like this. Put another rail there. And there you have it. I can add as many rails as I want, maybe one more in the middle. Put it a little bit closer to over here. So I'm using the bottom as kind of a T-square. So a T-square is something that shows that it goes straight up and down. I'm just using the edge of my paper and the side of my ruler to accomplish that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show some boards that for the boardwalk. So I'm going to use this vanishing point to accomplish the side of the rails. And I'm going to just make it kind of like that. I kind of want to make it wide. It can absolutely go off the page. Don't even worry about where it goes off the page. I'm making it go off the page there because I really don't want to have a lot of water on the left side. I'd rather have all my water on the right. Doesn't really matter which way you do it. And then I'm going to use that vanishing point to establish the rails, and it will make it look like the rails are wider in the front, which is what you want to do. So I'm going to draw a bunch of lines in between that all match up to this dot. Now the way you match it up with that dot is make sure you can see that dot as you're drawing your lines. It doesn't matter exactly where you draw your lines, just draw a bunch of them. Doesn't matter how far apart. You're not really going to be able to sit there and try to measure how far apart they are. It's not necessary. All you need to do is draw a bunch of lines that connect up like that, and you have your boards for, there you go. Now you might say, well, that's all nice and well, but there's no board that is quite that long, and you would be absolutely correct in that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hold my ruler exactly the opposite way. Remember when we were doing this? We were doing the cross rails that go across the vanishing point lines, and we're going like that. We're going to now hold it this way, and I'm going to mark every other board. So I'm not going to do every board. I'm going to do every other board and go across using the ruler and making sure it's super straight. I'm not going to do that one there because that's actually the rail. It's hard to see sometimes. And then I'm going to do every other one. I'm going to move it down considerably because I'm going to make some nice long rails. And then I'm going to do every other one going this way. Now, it's not important if it's, perfect, like it's every other one like that, but you can make it like that if you want. And it'll just kind of go along with the more natural feel of this. And then we'll be able to add our colors. Remember, we're using analogous colors. We're using 3 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel for the sky and for the water. And I'm going to lift this up, and we're going to see This actually looks like it. Now look at that. It ran off the page. Oh no. No big deal. Just let it go off the page. It's all good. That's what it was supposed to do. And that's it. So you can see I've got the boards over here. I've got the rail over here. And you can start coloring. And if you want to add your figure second and put it on a separate piece, well, I drew it in marker. You're probably going to need to draw your figure over here on top. And then you might want to erase your pencil lines over here. Like I said, I did it in marker just so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Have a great day.